If you pay property taxes in Quincy, you are one step closer to seeing a lower rate. The Quincy City Council unanimously adopted 2 property tax levy ordinances last night. Mayor Mike Trope says this is the 3rd reduction of the levy in more than 40 years. He says the city proposes decreasing the rate by about 11%. That would lower it from 1.07 to about 0.96. Trope says the decrease will not affect infrastructure projects. He says those are covered by taxes like food and beverage, hotel, motel, and sales tax.
That's why we focused in my administration, what can we do to reduce the property tax? Because that helps every property owner, residential or business, that has property within the city limits.
It funds the pension obligation and part of the pension obligation for the police and fire, which is mandated by the state of Illinois. It funds the library through PPRT, and it funds any debt we have.
The ordinance will have to go before the Adams County Board. Trope says the city does not set the property tax rate. It establishes a levy dollar request and the county calculates the final rate. Meanwhile, aldermen last night also approved an ordinance levying taxes for the historic business district. That district includes about 600 properties in Quincy from the riverfront to 12th Street and State to Broadway. It is not a tax on residents, just businesses in that designated area. The rate will equate to about $1.87 for every $1,000. It funds the organization, the district. With the ordinance approved, it will go before the county board as well for the final rate to be calculated. And other items discussed at Quincy City Council meeting last night include a recommendation to apply for the state fuel tax reimbursement grant for more than $24,000 to reimburse airport salary expenses, and narrowing to 3 finalists for the vacant 3rd Ward alderman seat. Mayor Trope says a final decision is possible as early as next week.